And this is a song that gets on everybody's nerves. I am going to be talking a little bit. I still feel kind of like crud, run over crud, less than crud, but I'm on the upswing, so I'm back, at least for now. Um, yeah, Julie Burgo. I'm not wearing a very supportive bra today, so you can just make fun of that as well. Okay. If you don't know who I am, I'm Suzanne Titkemeyer, a story of Pathos, a column called No Longer Quivering, or damn close to 10 years. I wrote about um, fundamentalist religions. Hey, Grace, Peter, and Raghill. Um, this is going to be a weird one for me. Last night I wrote a piece that I posted in the get off of there, a community tab. I'm sorry, I had an ant running across my screen. Hey, Jackie. So I was very offended when I saw this. The one that we tried to talk about had posted a thing about Lexus and Central Americans. She insulted. I feel a little bit better, Jackie. I'm actually baking bread right now. Hey, Tracy. So she was saying that she was told that they sell a lot of Lexus in Central America to the drug cartels. So I want to talk about life here a little bit. And it's not about drug cartels. She is extremely wrong. Is there cartel activity here? Well, sure. Every now and then they'll catch a giant load of pineapples that have been carved out and filled with cocaine, things like that. But there's not a lot of cartel activity in Central America. If there is, it would be places like El Salvador or even Guatemala where there's violence and not a lot of opportunity. Now, Mexico may be a whole different story. Mexico is Norte America. It's not, he came to see the big M. She's nuts. We had 2 Lexus before, no cartel dollars yet. Jackie, they're available here. I did check that out. Purdy Motors in San Jose sells them. But I can tell you, living here over 5 years now, I've seen very few luxury cars on the road. Occasionally, you'll see somebody coming from San Jose with a Lexus or Mercedes or a BMW. And you're looking at them like, really? You know the roads are beat up. Why on earth? Crazy drivers and the roads are beat up. Why on earth would you bring a luxury car here? Even most gringos learn quickly that luxury cars are a bad idea here. The roads here are just horrible. And it's kind of funny because doing some reading yesterday after seeing her thing and looking about cartel activity in Central America, I wanted to make sure that my information was right. There is very little cartel activity in Central America. Mexico is not in Central America. So if there is a drug cartel happening there, that has nothing to do with Central America. Central America is a land bridge consisting of 7 nations. From just south of Mexico to Panama is the last one. And drugs are available freely and everywhere, but it's not a cartel thing at all. In fact, I'm going to venture to say that what crime we have here is petty. We have much. They terrify me too, but they're not here. That was before kids. Not my preference to have luxury cars. Same thing. Hubby had just got some good deals for almost the same price of a Toyota. Awesome. That's the way to buy. We bought our car here because we discovered there are no consumer protection laws in place here of automobiles. So we went down to Agencia Datsun and bought a brand new Nissan. A little crossover, that's all we need. We need something with enough room for me to haul my crap from coming from Costco. So I'm sorry, I got to take a bit of this. I thought my voice was better than this. So you're really doing a great disservice to the descendants of the Mesoamericans when you say these things. Got to get back to work. We'll catch the replay. Have a good day. Rest of your day, Grace. That's my biggest fear outside the U.S. Cartels terrify me. Yes. Stay away from parts of Mexico. That's all I'm going to say. We had gotten several offers before we got here for my husband to teach English in Mexico. And once I viewed the offers and what they were, I was like, no, because it was right on the edge of Mexico, American border, where a lot of the cartel activity is. So I said, no, absolutely not. The 7 nations of Costa Rica, they have all passed. Yeah, they are heartless. They're awful. They're awful. And so to claim that they're all over the place here and they're driving around the Lexus, you are just defaming nations, which is not surprising. Somebody does those things. So I just wanted to say the poorer nations of Central America, you're going to ride around in a horse-drawn cart like the front of this video. Before Nicaragua erupted into violence and I quit going, I primarily saw farmers driving around with carts. There were cars, but they were few and far between. It is quite discriminatory, Jackie. It's racist too, because she's throwing this on everybody down here, and it's not true at all. I talked to a friend of mine in Belize yesterday. He says it's not true there. I don't think it's true anywhere in Central America. Nowhere. The banking laws here are so strict that to move any money here, you have to prove where your money came from all the way back to the moment it came into your hands. We certainly did. We had to provide them with bank statements, investment statements, a copy of my mother-in-law's will to explain some of the money, a copy of my dad's will, all kinds of stuff before they would let us import money here and buy a house. So she doesn't know what she's talking about. As a Latina, that offends me. Where did she say that? Jackie, she put a picture of Alexis up, and it's on my community tab, and said that the salesman told her that the cartels in Central America were buying them like crazy. And it just infuriates me because you can't make this kind of blanket statements, particularly if you've never been to a place like that. I'm not Latina, but I am offended for you because that's a horrible thing to say. And when I saw that, I was like, that's not true here. Now, there's some violence in Nicaragua and El Salvador, and I don't know if the cartel is in play about those places, because I can tell you Nicaragua is so damn dirt poor, almost everybody's rolling around with a cart and a horse. There are some people with cars, and then there's a chicken bus. Before the violence happened in 2017, we'd go down there and ride the chicken bus, an old American school bus painted garish colors for very, very little. Okay. I can see this was a bad idea, so I'm going to say the things I have to say, get the hell off. They have some notorious gangs, from what I've heard, of those 2 countries. Christoph, I believe that. Nicaragua is a scary place right now, which is a shame because I kept trying to book us a vacation to Bluefields, which is this beautiful colonial town dating back to the days when pirates were all over the Caribbean. And I wanted to see that. It's historically significant. There's all these buildings, there's artwork, and I can't do it now. Yeah, Jackie, you're right. That's racist no matter who says it. No matter who says it, it's extremely racist. So I wanted also to address a rumor that I saw yesterday, a stupid rumor on Twitter. I was complaining because we've been having Billy Joel living here for the last almost a week. And I didn't want Billy Joel living here. I have nothing against Billy Joel, but I like my peace and quiet and my privacy. I value my privacy above all else. So that's one of the things I love about living here behind my wall. When I have days like today where I am just wrecked, I can lay up in that bed, not have to worry about having to do anything, not worry about people knocking on my door saying, Buenas, trying to sell me bread, things like that. I like that. I can just shut the damn gate and be fine. If I want to be social, I can open it and go out and buy eggs from the farmer and various things. So it's an ideal situation for me. And so I've been complaining about Billy Joel because he'd been living with our good friend Velma. Velma broke her hip. He was there helping her the first month after the surgery. And the church paid him a little stipend to help her. He's in a bad situation. He's got all these kids. He owes child support on. His mother needs surgery for varicose veins. It doesn't have the money. And to have it done in the Caja is going to be a year or two wait. So Billy Joel lived with Velma for a while, and then he misused Velma's bank card to go out drinking. And then Velma threw him out. He had nowhere else to go. My husband said, well, we'll let you stay here a few days. And I'm calling, no, I didn't want to, because we've had this experience before with these guys. They come, they show up, they say, oh, I'll do X, Y, and Z for you. And then they don't do X, Y, and Z. They just drink and run around. We got a little work out of Billy Joel. We noticed that from the enterprising do-it-all that he was at first, he turned into the world's slowest worker after he moved in with us. Well, yesterday I was griping about what he'd done to my towels. I could see my white towels in my guest house, my expensive white towels. I paid a lot of money for at Crate and Barrel in San Jose. Thick plush towels. He had them out on the ground yesterday, laid out. And I was looking at them going, ooh, I hope he didn't ruin those towels, because it's going to be a fair amount of money to replace them. I'm comfortable. I'm not rich. I'm going to throw that out. Is that the same guy who was volunteering to spend your money? No. That is the guy my husband is out with right now. That would be a guy called Davy Jones, because I'd like to put him in the sea locker and just dump him overboard. Davy Jones is buying a car, and hopefully he won't bug us anymore. So this guy stayed here for 5 days. It was supposed to be 2 days initially. And every day it's like, my back hurts. And he disappeared every evening to see a man about a dog. So he would be drinking it up. He'd come in the next morning so hungover he was crawling. He wouldn't get up till noon, and he worked for like 2 hours. So we had our little fill of Billy Joel pretty quickly. Yep. And this is normally where I would, if I was more quick-witted, I would be quoting Billy Joel lyrics like, we didn't start the fire. We didn't start that fire. So long story short, yesterday when I said that on Twitter, some idiot chimed in and said, well, I thought she was so rich. She shouldn't be bothered by towels. Let me tell you something. I am not rich. I am comfortable. I'm just going to say that. But I'm going to tell you something about rich people, because my family, my father was rich. My family in Louisiana was very well to do. Rich people don't like blowing money left and right. Anybody who's picked that up by watching, what's the name of that stupid, watching some of these shows like that one Paris Hilton did, or some of the other ones, Real Housewives, those people are what I would mostly call nouveau rich. They're not the kind of rich people who've had money for years that understand the value of a dollar and try to stretch their dollars. I will never deliberately overpay for a damn thing. We researched our car endlessly before we bought the one we did, and we could have afforded any of them. I could have gone to San Jose and bought a Lexus, a Mercedes, a BMW, a Range Rover. I could have done that. I could have bought a Ferrari or 2 Bentleys, but I didn't, because I understand the value of a dollar. So for them to be poking fun at my financial situation is pretty stupid, because I've made that very, very, very clear that we're comfortable, but we're not blowing money left and right. It's like our house here. We paid $160,000 for it. The state of Nicoya, not Nicoya. What am I saying? I'm not Nicoya. Guanacaste, I am in the Santa Cruz area. The canton of Santa Cruz has put a value on our house almost 3 times what we paid for it. And we've put a lot of money into it and done a lot of improvements. And it's a very nice house. It was a nice house. But again, I'm a bargain hunter. I'll be a bargain hunter until I die. But I also understand for good towels, you've got to drive and go. So that's why I was so pissed off yesterday, because of those stupid towels. Stupid towels. I have just washed the stupid towels, and yes, they are ruined. They are ruined, ruined, ruined. I haven't even started looking in the bedding in there, but I suspect there's going to be some ruined stuff in there. And Billy Joel got on the bus this morning to go to Alajuela, where his family's from. So all you people who said I was too rich to be complaining about towels, or you think I'm faking it, up yours. I will not spend a dime if I don't have to. And that's how I've ended up here. So there's a couple other things. Last night, Roadhog apologized to me. And I have to just say here, I've accepted your apology, Roadhog. I apologize if I did or said anything inappropriate or that made you mad, to either you or Michelle. Life is too short to be holding all these grudges. That's what's so silly. And the ones that were talking about the towels yesterday seem to be the mean girl group that holds the biggest grudges. So don't do that. That's just a really silly thing to be doing, a really incredibly silly thing. Christoph Ann, absolutely. Absolutely. And you can actually be civil to people you don't like. You can be civil to people that you're like, in your mind, you're going, bless your damn heart. You can be civil to any of those people. It doesn't mean they're your best friends, even if you're friends on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. There was another apology I was going to issue, but I can't remember who I was going to apologize to. Senior brain and cold medicines. So you're seeing it live, because I really wanted to have an in-depth discussion on Central America and how she's so wrong about that, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I got to go back in that bed. I'm way sicker than I thought. I thought since I was making bread, I would feel better. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to take my apology ass on home and lay the F down. Love you guys.